You know it's your boy COOPA Dan, and you are watching Star Power on BajanStar TV. Yeah. Well, it all started when I was about 5 to 6 years old. Thanks to my mom. I got big up mums. She was a backup singer in the calypso tents, so she would always take me to the shows, you know, because it was her way of supervising me. At the point in time, there was nobody to keep me home or whatever, so she would bring me out to the shows with her. And just being in the crowd or being backstage, watching the greats like Alison Hines and Edwin and the Lil Ricks and the Red Plastic Bags and the Mac Fingers. So the love for music started there. Me being in the crowd, waiting on mommy to come off stage, or me going backstage after mommy finished performing, you know, and seeing the artist and like, whoa, I really want to be like this. So fast forward a few years, more than a few years, you know. That was 5, when I was about 5. When I got about 17 years old, I decided that I had the courage then, because back then I was still scared. So I decided to pursue the dream and being an entertainer. And one day I decided to write a song, and that one day turned into 2014. When I started out, I started with a friend of mine named Raymond here, and we were in a group at the time called the Coopers. So we decided to keep the name, the Coopers. So we started, it was a duet at the time, me and Raymond, and we started in the big show tent. Yeah, actually we started in a social commentary tent. People hear COOPA Dan now singing other songs, they think that, oh, you don't have the background, but I actually started in a social commentary tent, and the name was the Coopers. We did it for about 2 years, and you know, as an artist, you have expectations for yourself, and you get disappointed when things are not happening. So we decided to take, we still friends, there's no love lost between me and the Coopers, but we decided to take solo paths. So then it was like, alright, I can't be the Coopers if it's just me. So I became the Coopa. It started to work for me actually in 2009. I had a song called The Sweetest Girl. That was actually what got COOPA Dan on the map. But as I said just now, it was the COOPA Dan. And I did the COOPA for about 3 years, 2009, 2010, and 11. And then it was like, okay, there was a buzz in the industry like this guy coming at the COOPA or whatever, but it was not exploding to the point where he wanted it. So it was like, all right, you know what, let me take a back seat and go back to the drawing board and see where I can improve or what I can do. And I decided to change the way I sing, like the flow and my melodies and stuff. I wanted to come back not just as the COOPA again. So I was like thinking, how can I reinvent myself? And that's where the name COOPA Dan came about. So I still wanted to keep something from the old COOPA, but introduce myself as a new artist. So COOPA Dan was born in 2012. I remember when I first started, you're excited, you pay the money in the studio, you got your song out, you send it to the radio stations, and then you're listening. You're just listening. You wake up on the morning, you're listening to radio, you're not hearing your song. You come home from work or whatever, you're not hearing your song. You're listening at night, you're not hearing your song. You probably hear it about 2 o'clock if you wake up to go to the bathroom, 2 o'clock in the morning. You hear the song, when the song's just on rotation, you're like, well, my friends ain't listening right now to hear the song. So you know you've been disappointed. You went through the stages of calling in the radio station and changing your voice. Hey, I would like to hear that song by the COOPA or the Coopers, trying to sound like somebody different so you can hear your song on the radio. And then it was like, man, it was hard, you know what I mean? It was hard to break through to become a regular artist on hearing yourself on the radio. But it's always an important thing to have good people around you. And from the beginning, I've been working with people like Blood and Mikey and those guys, and they took me under their wing and they really showed me, well, look, COOPA, you have talent, we can see the talent in you. You just need to improve here, work on your melodies there, and whatever. And I took the advice. I mean, and that I would tell any young artist or any new artist to do that. Take advice from people that have been in the business for a while, people who knows what it takes. You know what I mean? Sometimes we tell ourselves we know everything. We don't know everything. If I knew everything back then, I probably would have still been calling in the radio stations asking for my own songs to play. So it's always good to listen and take the advice. You know, use the advice given to a good effect. So I must shout out people like Blood and people like Mikey, people like Mac Finger or Red Plastic Bag. As I said, I started in the big show tent, and I've been watching these guys, how they use the stage, how they connect to the crowd, those types of things. And it is a cliche, but it is true. Hard work does pay off. As I said, I came back in 2012. I rebranded myself from the COOPA and I became COOPA Dan. And I had a track called Anxious, and Anxious did pretty well. It became a hit in Canada. It was playing in London, in New York, and it was becoming a big hit in Barbados. But I still didn't get that feeling like everybody know who COOPA DAN was. You know, I wanted to get to the point where I don't have to tell people, oh, I'm the guy who sings this song called whatever. I wanted people to say, oh, you the guy that sing. I wanted people to tell me what it was. So it was like, all right, for 2013, this is my plan. This is what I'm going to do, whatever. I had my plan for 2013, and then Blood sent me the rhythm called the bumpa rhythm. And I'm like, what I can do on this rhythm? You know, Blood told me, well, he's trying to finish the album, and I can get on the rhythm if I want to, but I have to get back to him within a day or two.
It's the COOPA.
And I was like, whoa.
Everything just right. And it wasn't tonight, but first, I got a question for you. I got a question for you. I got a question for you. I got a question.
So, you know, I listened to the rhythm. As I said, it's called a bumper rhythm. So the first idea that came to my head was something about bumper. But I believe all topics are have been done already. It's up to the artist then to put their own twist on the topic. So then I came up with how your bumper got so broad.
Your bumper gets so broad. How your bumper gets so broad. Girl, how your bumper gets so broad. How your bumper gets.
And as I said, remember I said I had a plan for 2013. When I released the song, the song was released May 1st, 2013. And I had to perform, the artist on the album had to perform the nighttime, the same night that the song released. And I remember going to perform the night and thinking, well, oh, the song only released today, so the people don't know the song. I remember coming out and the people were singing almost word for word the song, because apparently the day I released it, it was playing on every station like 4 or 5 times for that day, and people were just requesting it. So I was like, whoa. So that was when it started to hit me like, it may be actually happening this year. And from then, I mean, it was crazy. Every week, every day, I've been getting calls for the song, performances, bookings, and it becoming crazy, you know what I mean? And I actually had to get myself a manager at the point in time, because I was still working and balancing the everyday calls and the interviews, and everything was becoming hectic. So just big up to Charlene Brown, my manager, because Mikey is he's like a big brother to me. So I was like, I had a conversation with Mikey and I told him, well, bro, things getting hectic, the song really picking off, and I would like to get somebody to manage me. He put me on to Charlene and we worked from there. And I mean, the song, since 2013, the song has just been doing great. I mean, going from the shows where I was a spectator in the crowd, like Soca Titans and Soca on the Hill and Outrageous in Red, all of these big shows where I would probably have to pay before to go, I was like on the poster and in the ads and on TV. I was like, whoa, this is actually happening. And I mean, the song has been great. The song, just recently on Twitter, I saw Marshall. Marshall is like the biggest thing to me in soca. He was on Instagram. He had a picture with this girl, and he was like, "How your bumper gets abroad." And I mean, it's just a line, but it really touched me to see that my song reached so far. That Marshall, those guys are very busy. You know what I mean? That he would actually remember the line from the song or whatever and tweet it. So that was a big moment for me in my career. 2013 with How Your Bumper Gets Abroad, and I mean it carried over to 2014, because just in January I headlined in my own show actually in Boston, and I mean that again was crazy. Like a boy coming from a small town in Bayfield, St. Philip called Mop City, a small town, and this is actually where Red Plastic Bike came from. We come from the same village, and it's like, this boy is now heading to Boston to headline his own show. And I mean, I was nervous about it because I was like, I don't know how these people can treat me in Boston. I don't know if I might not be a star, you know what I mean? You know, because you're thinking, well, it's one thing to be big in Barbados, but then you're going to another country, not even in the Caribbean, but you're going to the USA. So Boston was real. I mean, it was mad love from the time I reached the airport, and they collected me. We went straight to a party, and people like, yo, COOPA DAN, this, COOPA DAN. It was like, whoa. And the actual night of the show, I mean, when we got to the venue, cars were parked the streets were just full of cars, and it was like, I remember coming through the gate and people like, yo, that's the artist from Barbados, that's COOPA DAN, and people like screaming. And then I remember going on the stage and the girls like going wild and trying to grab your pants like you see in the rap videos, and they're like, whoa, advice for youngsters coming out. You don't have to be young because you can be new in the business without being young. So advice for new people looking to get in the business. You know what I mean? It does not always happen overnight. Sometimes you may come out in your first year, you might get a big song. Sometimes, with me, it took 6 years to get there. But if you love it, stick at it. Keep good people around you, because if you keep people around you that are negative, you will never get anywhere. Always try to do your homework. Try to study the people that have been in the business for a while, who are successful, and you know what I mean, try to find out their story, what they did, and how they overcome their obstacles. Because it's not always easy, and sometimes you need to, you know what I mean, to tell yourself, well, look, you know what, if Lil Rick could have done it, I can do it. If Gabby could do it, red plastic bag, you know what I mean, lean on it, look at these people as inspiration, you know, and take advice. Don't be so strong-headed and believe that you know it all. You don't know it all. We all learning, we learn every day. I still learning, and I will continue to learn as we go on. So my message, as I said, for the young ones, take the advice of the older ones, and let me put your passion in it. Don't just be doing it because you see, oh, COOPA Dan become famous, or Power Gamer, they become famous, or Versi, whoever. Do it because you love it. Don't do it for the fame. Fame will come if you're good at what you do, but don't do it for that. You know what I mean? Put your heart in it and stick at it. If you love it, do it to your best of your ability, and good things can happen. So when you see me in Crop Over this year, just know it's going to be COOPA Dan on the mic. Everything just right. I'm B Jones in tonight, but first, yo.
My girl, like you're naughty now, and you're so that cute. I can't believe that you shy for sure. So, you ain't not shy, I want to know what you gain.